I visited Pete at the Park. I visited the Sox game for the
That's right.
sixth time this year, but
Friday
this is
night,
Friday
rain
night,
delay.
rain delay, 2 hours. We got out of the ballpark about 12:30. I mean, I
Wow.
don't think I've ever been to the ballpark that late. We did stay for the fireworks, so that
No, they were
was.
serving beer throughout the rain delay, were they not?
Not only did they serve beer throughout the rain delay, now we have been. I think you and I were at a rain delay once, and we got cut off in like the fifth inning or so. We got cut off at the end of the seventh. So welcome to the Nuke Fast Ballpark game that they decided to just let the beer sales flow right through the seventh.
Yeah.
So
And it was like a 2-hour rain delay, wasn't it?
yeah, you gotta chalk that up to let's look at Pete's time at the park there. He was there when the gates opened.
In person.
So Robin and I could get
Were you wearing a
to.
suit?
I was not, thank
Okay.
God. I was
All right.
dressed appropriately for the weather. So we could get to the Vizzy View Bar seats.
Oh, that's right. I have sat in those seats.
Because of the rain. Also, I'd like to point out that we did have tickets in 110 row 31 for only $10 each, but thank you, secondary market continues.
Yeah.
It actually cost us more for the parking pass than it did for 2 tickets to
Yeah,
a
I
White
can see
Sox
that.
game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it's going, guys. They did lose unceremoniously that night. The only highlight was a Lewis Robert bomb. He's been crushing the ball. We'll get to in a minute.
We'll get to that.
But here's what I want to do real quick. I try to do real quick. So Smitty's was part of this. So over the last 4 games, I have really not sat in regular seats.
Oh, that's right.
Here's what I've done. Smitty and I, as we already covered here, got outrageously priced tickets for the scout seats. Then the next night, Robin and I got outrageously priced tickets for the Guaranteed Rate Club, which is basically level 200 behind the scout seats. So I was a little bit further back and a little bit higher. Then the following Wednesday for the Minnesota game, Robin and I went to the Miller Lite landing seats and sat in the front row along the fence.
That's out in right field.
Yeah, right field. And then finally, we sat at the Vizzy View Bar the whole game until the 8th inning when we walked down for fireworks.
That's overlooking left field below fundamentals.
Exactly. And it's a perfect cover. It's real easy to get beer because once the game starts, there's no one there.
Yeah, it's essentially a bar inside with bar stools outside, a little rail for your seating. It's nice if you can get a seat. It's always been packed except for the last time I had seats there last September. You were gone that weekend. Actually, I went with Erdman and Vit, but yeah, we grabbed seats out there because we got there pretty early, so we were able to.
Yeah.
You sent me a photo when you first got there, and it was
me
completely
and Robin.
empty.
It was Robin and I.
You were the entire attendance.
Yeah, I would say about 15 minutes later, it actually filled in. So
okay.
I got nervous there for a second. I'm like, are we supposed to be here right now?
Well, you had the perfect spot. I mean, that's the strategy. You got there, you got your seats completely covered, no chance of getting rained on. You've got the bar right behind you with plenty of craft brews on tap.
Yeah, and I have to say, and then it also allows you the access. You can just walk down and grab your ballpark favorites too, and bring them right back up. So
True. There's a restroom up there.
Yeah, you get your own restroom. You don't have to. I mean, my goal is not to sit with the commoners, the unworthy fans, the rest of the year because I'm better than you.
Wow.
But anyway, I'm gonna go through like a mixed grading system here real quick. So best view by far was our scout seats. I mean, that was
ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. I mean,
you got to walk up to the fence and yell your displeasure.
Yeah, I still have that recorded on the DVR. I'm gonna rewind that back and see if I can hear myself and report back on that. I haven't
crazy
done that
man
yet.
in a Sox type thing hat screaming at an umpire who does not care what he thinks.
I know he definitely did not. He didn't even ask me to be escorted out of the game. I didn't even earn that right. What a jerk!
Not even close.
But what I would say, I think you would agree with, or where the scout seat experience goes is if you want ballpark food, you don't really get that there. It's pretty fancy from a food standpoint.
Yeah, it's
almost
kind of
too fancy. Yeah, almost over.
At least for us.
Yeah, I would say like that you need to offer more standard ballpark favorites down there. That's all I would say. That would be, and then it would be at the prices we got them, it would be a slam dunk a few times a year, no doubt.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay full price for any of that.
No, God, no.
Fortunately, we got a fantastic deal.
So I would say number 2 on the View would be the next night on the at the Guaranteed Rate Club. Just obviously a little further
200
back,
level, right
200
behind
level.
home
You got a little higher,
plate.
perspective, which is nice. You were covered, which is another bonus. The weather was fine that night, but
you never know.
You never know. Same deal, unlimited bar, waitresses at the seats, but I will give them for food options available, like between the two, Guaranteed Rate Club, hands down, it had more just ballpark type food. You could get nachos at your seat. You could get
nice
dogs, chicken fingers and stuff. It was like, and even the buffet setup had like pulled pork on it and things like that, just like normal bar and ballpark food. So that was that. The worst really experience overall was the Miller Lite Landing, and it was it's because we bought that very front row. You get too much cut off. It's bad angles. It's a terrible perspective. I think if you're on like that third row where you're raised, it would be fine.
Yeah, see, I haven't been there in a long time, and you and I have been years ago. We were right on the field in those picnic tables, right up against.
Yeah, that's
the fence.
where our seats were, but it just didn't. It wasn't. It was a bad view.
Okay,
really
I remember
compared to the other views I had that week.
There was also a second level to that where they had tables.
Right, and that's that third row. That's that third row where would have been fine. Some nice things is there is like in-seat TVs, so you can see stats and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of that.
They did have their menu. Now this is I should take that none of this is all inclusive. You do get a $20 credit for food and drink down there as part of your ticket, but you don't, it's not all inclusive like the other two. But sure. I have a picture of it. I haven't posted it yet. I will or I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I had this burger called the Southsider, and it was a double patty topped with bone of beef and hot jardiniere.
Oh my God.
I was fucking delicious. It was insane.
That's a $4,000 calorie burger right there.
Yeah, it wasn't $4,000. It was only like $14.95 or something.
Wow,
so yeah,
all-time value,
like a ballpark value right there. So, yeah, it doesn't sound like it might be good, but it really did work out pretty well. It was like a dream burger for me. So, yeah, that was good. And then here's the Vizzy View Bar. I'll tell you what, best deal in the house if you can get there and get the seat, because it's a great view.
There's no special ticket. Anybody can go there. That's on the lower. I guess anybody outside of the 500 level can go.
Yeah. Well, everyone's been bitching that they don't let anyone down there. Trust me, guys. That's an unsubstantiated bitch after like the third or fourth inning. Basically, what the Sox are doing right now is they're saying, up until a point, we're going to let the people who bought tickets to this level, that's all we're going to let in. But then after that point, it's been free game. They were not checking tickets because to leave that bar, you know how you have to go down that ramp and then walk through. I took out my ticket. The guy's like, no, I don't need to see the ticket. It's late enough in the game. So just to level set the reports, I'm pretty sure every ballpark at the beginning of a game checks your seats as you're going into the park, but later on in the game, all the rules become looser because it doesn't really fucking matter.
Right.
So that's the deal that the White Sox are doing too. So just shut your fucking mouth again, White Sox Twitter, you big fucking pussies.
Word Hole Media.